All right, we are live. This is the Bay BitHack Q&A session. We're going to be talking a little bit about Copay, which we have made a significant update. We have Matias Garcia here, who is the product lead for Copay, and we'll be taking questions in preparation for the Bay BitHack, which is taking place tomorrow and Sunday. So on the left-hand side, if you're watching right now, there should be a Q&A application. You can submit questions, and then we will be able to answer them. So Matias, why don't you talk to us a little bit about what Copay is and why it exists?
Okay, so Copay is a multi-signature Bitcoin wallet. We started the development about 5 or 6 months ago. The idea of Multisig, of a Multisig wallet, is that you can significantly enhance security by having the need of multiple signatures in order to access your funds. So it's naturally more secure than standard wallets. A major improvement of the Multisig technology that we have been using in Copay is the HD wallet, which means that you only need one private key to derive all the other private keys from for your address. This really simplifies backups and the wallet handling in general. So we even wrote a Bitcoin enhancement proposal for that, how to derive the address. So it's been quite a ride, and we're very happy that today we are shipping a significant improvement of the wallet, so a new mobile apps. So tonight we will have that version live.
Excellent, excellent. So what is like some use cases, and like why is multisig such a big deal? Like why would my father want to use like a multisig address?
Well, the standard use case, well, there are many use cases, and the most exciting thing is that not all the use cases have been discovered yet. So this is really, really exciting for us, because we get new use case as we get questions about Copay. But the known use case for now are to manage company funds, where you don't want all the control of the coins to be handled by only one person. So you can have many directors of the company owning one key, and you require a certain number of keys in order to move funds. So that's one clear use case. And actually, it's the case that why we start Copay, right? To manage BitPay funds. So another common use case is to have a naturally two-factor authentications. By that, I mean that you can own 2 or more keys but have them on different devices. So in order to access your funds, you need to sign from your cell phone and from your desktop computer, and by that you are using two-factor authentication natively provided by Bitcoin protocol. And there are other use cases, like say you have a child, and the child could propose as a transaction, and one of the parents must sign in order the child to spend the coins. So there are many use cases like that, but everything relates on the fact that multiple signatures are needed to access the funds, and that provides a better security for handling the funds.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know at BitPay we sort of use it internally for our corporate assets. But what we've got going on this weekend, obviously, is a hackathon, right? So there's going to be a lot of people who might be building new, interesting projects. What are some things that you might want to be able to see if they're hacking on top of Copay?
Yeah, well, one thing about that that I didn't mention yet, of course, Copay is 100% open source. It's based on Bitcore, which is our Bitcoin library, which is also open source. Good news is that in this new release, we have refactored and removed a lot of lines of code. So now it's much more simple to follow. Also, we have added inline documentation to all the code, so that should be much. That should help new developers to get used to the code. So there are many things that need to be done on Copay yet. There are many simple features that current Bitcoin wallets have that Copay still don't have, like handling, better handling of address book is one. There's a lot of things to do, very interesting things to do on the mobile space, like you can exchange transaction proposals using peer-to-peer networking, like I don't know, Bluetooth messaging between cell phones. So there are a lot of things to be done yet.
Okay, awesome. So these guys have what, like 24 hours to hack, and the hackathon organizer is actually trying to join right now. So we'll see if we can get him in to join us. If they only have 24 hours, what would be maybe the first angle of attack? How can they use Copay in their app?
Well, one thing, let me say a couple of things. So one thing is to focus on one use case and modify Copay just for that use case. Say the example that we mentioned about the kids and the parents, you can really simplify Copay for that use case. So it's you make a simple interface for the kid to create transaction proposals, and you make a simple interface for the parents to sign the transaction proposal, and you remove all the other Copay's functionalities. That would be a really nice thing to do, because I think it would be very useful for certain persons. Well, as I mentioned, in the mobile space, there are a lot of really interesting things to do, like this exchanges data using alternative networks. So I don't know, that would be a good start.
Okay, awesome. So I am kind of in screen sharing here.
Yeah.
Opening up the application, is there a way to do that from the current Copay.io website?
Yeah, let me show you the link. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. All right. 1 second, and I'll just pop that up on the main screen share here.
Yeah, this. All
right, cool. So
this is the brand new version that has not been deployed yet to the main Copay.io, but it will be deployed.
Yeah, and absolutely, this is all open source, so you can go to github.com/bitpay/copay and get all of the source code for this. Run it on your own without any third parties. Is that still correct?
Yeah, that's right. And even you can run the Copay relies on a server in order to broadcast transactions and query the blockchain. So you can also fork that server and run your own.
Yeah, this looks great. So walk me through some of these options here and how they work. Obviously, home looks like it's where the home is, and all of our addresses exist. Talk to me through, like, what is the Copayers thing, and how do I add people to the wallet?
Yeah, so we decided in the new version that you will have one identity, and you can have multiple wallets within that identity. So right now you have created your identity, and a simple one-of-one known multi-signature wallet have been created for you. So if you go to Manage Wallet, I think it's on that menu that you're seeing now, you will be able to create new wallets, and there you can create new multi-signature wallet. There you go. You can create, select the number of copayers and the number of required signatures for your wallet. And of course, if you select a number of copayers bigger than one, you will need other people to join your wallet in order to move forward. So the idea is that we have learned in this month that multi-signature wallets, that it will be common you to be part of multiple multi-signature wallets. That is, you may have one wallet for your company, one wallet for your family, one wallet for, I don't know, two-factor authentication, one wallet for yourself. So that is the modification that the new feature that we introduced in this new Copay.
All right, awesome. Let's go ahead and set up maybe a 2 of 3 wallet, and maybe we can get one of our coworkers or even one of the listeners to join in here. So I'm going to call this one the Copay BitHack Fund. It's going to be a 3 participant wallet. So these are the copayers, and it's going to require 2 signatures to complete this. You'll see that there's 2 people highlighted here out of the 3 total. If I were to select anything more than that, it would obviously show 3 signatures of those 6. I can drop that down to 2, and 2 would be highlighted. So for now, let's create a 2 of 3 wallet. I'm going to call it Copay BitHack Fund. And then let's see. So this is the secret. So anybody who copies this secret on their version of Copay, right, will be able to join this wallet. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Awesome. And then at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and share that to you out of band, so you can just paste it into your version. And Max, I think, is going to be joining us here quickly. Maybe we can have him go ahead and hop into this wallet, or whoever gets to it first who's watching will be able to join our fund. So now talk to me a little bit about how this works. So internal to the Bitcoin protocol, right? Like there's a basic one-of-one signatures already. That's how basic Bitcoin works. What Copay uses is what? Pay-to-script hash, right? Which is a different construction?
Yeah, right. One of the advantages of Bitcoin is that it's a programmable currency, right? So you can create, you decide what would be the puzzle for the coins to be released. And one of the standard puzzles or script that you can construct is the multi-signature script, in which you define that in order to release the fund, you will need multiple signatures or a quorum of multiple signatures of a given public keys.
Right.
So that's it.
Okay, so the wallet that you're using to interact with would have to support, obviously, being able to send to this special format. Is that accurate, or is it fairly widely adopted?
Yeah. One interesting thing is that sorry, I'm trying to get another Copay for our wallet.
Yeah, it's fine. So what I've seen here is that there is already someone who's joined. And I can see your face here, and I can see Esteban has joined as well.
Yeah.
So it looks like this wallet's ready to receive funds. It looks like there's a Bitcoin address right here that you can send funds to. Let's see. Do you happen to have a wallet that sends to this? I don't have any Bitcoin on hand.
Yeah, let me check. We should have to create a testnet wallet.
Yeah.
Give me a second. No problem.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and create my own personal wallet. I'm also going to make it a 2 of 3 wallet. Actually, I'm going to make it a 2 of 2 wallet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this as my laptop is going to have one of the keys, and then my Copay on my phone is going to have one of the other keys. So I'm going to go ahead and create that. And let's see if hopefully I'll get to it before everybody else does. So, and the other important thing is the secret, right, allows anyone to join your shared funds. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's right. While your wallet is in creation, once the wallet is complete, the wallet is locked and no one else can join. So you should share that secret in a secure channel, but it's only open while the wallet is created. It's being created, right?
Right.
So I just sent some bits to the other wallet. I think it's 2,000 bits.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me drop out of this one as soon as I can.
Yeah. I believe you're watching the mobile version of the wallet. Maybe it's because of the size of the screen.
Yeah, my screen is shrunk down just a little bit. Let me expand that outward. There we go. Now that's the desktop version.
And you can switch wallet using the menu on the top. I think on the top left.
Aha,
right.
I see it. Okay, cool. So we've got about 2,000 bits here, which is a little less than $1 US.
Right.
Now, you could probably propose to send that money back to yourself if you'd like, right?
Yeah, give me a second. If you happen to have another share around, we can. Let me get this. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. So I will propose. So I go to send. If you have this, I will send all the funds. Please. That's it.
All right. So I see a send request here. There's a one notification, so I'm going to click on that. It says, please send my money back. It gives me a time, and it gives me the current status of each of the other signatures required in this wallet. So it's missing one signature because it's a 2 of 3 wallet, right?
Right. And you can see that the other, which copayer have seen the transaction. This also, I mean, this information is signed by the copayer's private key, so you are sure that they are the ones that are that give you that information. And yeah, and so now,
all right, awesome.
Copayer can pay. Yeah.
Okay, so if I sign this transaction, it will be broadcast on the Bitcoin network. So let's go ahead and do that. It looks like it's broadcasted that transaction, and subsequently, if I go back to the home, you'll see that the money has exited. And I should get there's a history here, right? So I can see the history of the transactions, their transaction IDs. So if you look at some of our other tools, such as Insight, and in fact we do link to it here, I can simply click that and see that transaction directly on the Bitcoin blockchain.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. If you go back to history, we work a lot to really simplify that a lot and try to keep it as simple as possible, removing all addresses and everything else. So again, we really think that multi-signature is a huge advantage in the Bitcoin world, and it's a great challenge to try to make it as simple as possible so everyone can use it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like we picked up a few more viewers. Why don't we go ahead and just remind everyone that there is a Q&A button on the left-hand side of the screen. You can use that to submit questions into the Hangout, and then we'll be able to answer those for you. If you're looking for, maybe you want to join and perhaps have a conversation, you're more than welcome to do so. Feel free to also insert a question saying, hey, I'd like an invite. This is also open to anybody who'd like to participate. So for those of you who are coming in from Reddit or perhaps are paying attention from the Bay BitHack, please just go ahead and submit some questions, and we'd be happy to talk about Copay or anything Bitcoin related in general. So the past couple of weeks of Bitcoin has been fairly interesting. There's a lot of sort of discussion about the regulatory environment and FinCEN's potential to permit to have some action against some Bitcoin companies. What do you make of all that, Matias?
Well, it's a difficult subject. Some people say that regulations will be good for the environment because more formal funds will be able to jump into Bitcoin and create new companies and give this fuel that is needed to create all the infrastructure, while other people think that regulations are not really useful because Bitcoin cannot be regulated. I don't know. I stand somewhere in the middle of that. But I do believe that regulations will eventually help to bring more money into the Bitcoin to create the needed infrastructure. Right?
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the needed infrastructure. Again, there's a lot of people who are going to be working on projects this weekend. What are some of the projects like that might be created? Like some of the things that might be helpful for the overall Bitcoin infrastructure?
Well, it's difficult to me to talk something outside the wallet world because I've been working on that so much time. But I think that wallet, and I mean end user tools in general, are the most weak point of Bitcoin actually currently, because for the non-technical user, Bitcoin still have a lot of work to do. It's very difficult, I think, for non-technical users to use Bitcoin. So if we want to reach mass adoption, I think that's one of the main spaces that need to be addressed. So I would say any end user tool like I don't know, wallets, block explorers that need to be much more easier. There are a lot of things to. I am as in wallets. I'm really excited about the accountant applications that can be done. You know, using the blockchains and helping the accounts to have a better, more transparency. So I would say end user tools for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've talked to a lot of people in the Bitcoin space, and a lot of people consistently will say user experience and design is perhaps the single most important thing, and I would just echo that totally. Additionally, privacy. There's a lot of, I mean, if you're a crypto, familiar with crypto, multisig and stealth addresses and the ability to maybe to do payment channels, that's all going to be really helpful, because that's like the next layer of the Bitcoin infrastructure, right? Like Bitcoin in itself is a protocol for provably exchanging value. Now we can send money from person to person. That's fantastic. But when we start talking about automated systems and maybe computers being able to submit value back and forth, things start to get really interesting, and you start looking at opening up multi-billion-dollar industries, just simply based on the application of like maybe a car driving down the road can pay the car ahead of it slightly for the opportunity to pass. This just simply isn't possible without a peer-to-peer payment system that's independent of a company or independent of a bank. So
yeah, absolutely. For me, it's I always say that we are like when the electricity was invented, or when the plane was invented. Everyone that I don't know, every engineer that you talk would love to be at that time, right? And I think that with Bitcoin we are at that time right now. So it's our challenge to make this happen. And I think with the current feature set that Bitcoin can change the world. Maybe we don't need so advanced features. This is my personal view, right? That if we create better tools with the current feature set, I think it's enough to change the world. I mean, in a big way. Like you can have people that have no access to bank accounts having their money using Bitcoin, transferring their money, accessing financial services. I mean, that is huge. That also, so I don't know. That's my view about that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. So, what are some of the things that hackers can do if they want to find out more about Bitcoin, sort of after this presentation, and as they prep for Halloween tonight, but the hackathon tomorrow? Where are some resources that they can go read about Bitcoin? What things do you typically recommend?
Well, the Bitcoin Foundation recently have released a new documentation. I will share the link in a bit. But this new developer documentation that I think was released a couple of months ago is really nice and have a lot of technical details. There's a new book from Andreas Antonopoulos about Bitcoin, the protocol, with a lot of insights about Bitcoin. There's plenty of libraries of Bitcoins that can help you understand the protocol, like Bitcore for Node.js, and there are libraries for Python and every major language. So I think that would be a good starting point, right?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think one of the other good resources, if you want to talk a little bit about the philosophy of Bitcoin and what do you think, what the overall implications are, the Nakamoto Institute is a fantastic. I think it's nakamotoinstitute.org. And actually, while we're talking about sharing resources, I think there's a way to maybe share links to all the listeners, and they're sort of in the chat or in the Q&A section, perhaps. Let's see, like resources. So like as we're talking, yeah, Showcase. So if you go into Showcase, we can share links there, and they're shared to the listeners and linked and everything. So let's see, do we have any additional questions? Let's see, yeah, so Showcase on the left-hand side, it's like the yellow tags.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Let's see, Matias, what else do we have? Anything else you would want to share with the participants of the hackathon this coming weekend?
No, again, as I mentioned before, when I talk to university students and new people, developers centered to Bitcoin, I always say what I was telling you before about how early stage we are on the development of Bitcoin. So I think there will be plenty billion companies that will be built from Bitcoin that are being created or have not been yet started being created. So that's a fantastic opportunity for developers in particular to start understanding the technology and developing their ideas about Bitcoin.
Yeah, so I have to underscore that the importance of taking projects and building full businesses out of it for the long-term success of the sort of crypto finance ecosystem. I think it's inevitable, but the amount of opportunity that exists in crypto finance right now is so massive. There's so many applications of this technology that it doesn't make sense to be doing much else at this point other than jumping right into this ecosystem and building something that you're interested in. There's so much room for people to be building products here. I'm really excited for this hackathon. Every time we do a hackathon, I'm always surprised at new ideas that come out of it. New applications, like there was an interesting, so I know Manuel did a proof of existence. There was a hackathon recently that someone did a proof of, it's actually delegated proof, where you can actually do proof of existence of an idea, and then have granular permissions on that idea in addition to that. So you can allow people to republish an idea, you can transfer ownership of that idea. I found that was fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it's not only, I think that Bitcoin show how important cryptography could be, and all you can do using cryptography. So I think that's also, I mean, there's a huge space within the Bitcoin protocol to develop, but also Bitcoin has shown what can be done using cryptography. So I think that would be also, there will be a lot of developments using the technology that Bitcoin use, like the recently announced Foxtrot by BitPay, right?
Yeah. So talk a little bit about Foxtrot. So we just announced that on Monday, and it's sort of like a network layer protocol. What integration might you see with Copay, Foxtrot, or maybe some other projects that some of these hackers might be working on?
Well, the initial idea of Foxtrot was to communicate copayers using a secure network, a secure peer-to-peer network that does not rely on a central node. So starting with that idea, Foxtrot was developed. So and now I think it grows bigger than the initial idea, and even Copay itself, right? Because having a meshnet encrypted point-to-point could redo the internet, right, as we know it. So it's a very, very exciting project, and the community pick it up, and what would be the new developments on that.
Well, so maybe a lot of people who aren't familiar with Bitcoin and sort of the crypto finance space in general, they don't maybe know why we need to replace the internet. Talk a little bit about the current problems of the internet and why something like Foxtrot needs to exist.
Well, I think that there are two issues that Foxtrot address. One is natively encrypted, right? And every message is encrypted and signed from the origin to the destination. So that is something that internet have tons of protocols on top of the original protocols to fix the original protocols, right? So Foxtrot from the beginning used encryption and signing for all the messages. And the other thing that is very, very interesting is the possibility for the node to charge money for the traffic that is being moved. So that could also, because if you think it's pretty natural that the intermediate nodes charge money when traffic is being moved, because that have a cost. So this could lead to a much more efficient and a fair internet in the future.
Yeah, so one of the other aspects that I've been really excited about is, yes, end-to-end encryption is really important because it sort of prevents, surveillance, it ensures user privacy or participant privacy. The other thing I've been really excited about is identity and sort of looking at how like websites get SSL certificates. That's a very centralized process right now, and as historically we've actually seen several hacks of the people who are responsible for issuing those certificates or asserting that they're correct, the certificate authorities. DigiCert has been compromised. There's been at least one or two other major compromises. And if we don't have these central issuers of this identity, and we can make this a truly decentralized thing using the Bitcoin protocol, then we start to see it actually enhances the security overall and makes it very difficult to compromise or forge communications or, say, pose as a banking website and collect user information and then steal the money from their actual bank account. That becomes less possible in an environment where we replace the certificate authorities with decentralized entities. Any sort of like movement or interesting projects on that?
Well, I mean, this is still on very early stages. So what we have been working is that connecting different insight nodes, Foxtrot, so that will make that when you are creating a wallet using Copay, you connect to one insight endpoint, but you can communicate with Copayers with any other insight node, and therefore you won't depend on one server of insight being running in order to create transaction proposals and everything else. So that's really, really exciting for us, and once we get that done, it will be a very nice use case for Foxtrot.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we've got a question that's come in about joining a wallet. How about I think we could probably start answering that question, and why don't we just create another wallet just so some of the other participants can see that again and maybe participate. So I'm going to go to the wallet manager, and I'm going to, let's see, manage wallets. And I'm going to create a new wallet. We're going to do this one more time, and we'll do the same thing. This is another demo. And is there any other reason, like it might be hanging? Is he trying to join a wallet that's already been completed? Is that what his error is, do you think?
I think that's a max number of users. Yeah, right. I mean, once 3 users have joined the wallet, it won't let more people to join the wallet. I'm not sure if I'm understanding right the question, but if that's the case, for sure, only 3 people can join the wallet. Is that the configuration?
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and present to everyone. And Robert, why don't you just try to go ahead and join this one and see how we do. And then once he joins, Matias, you should be able to join as well, just to make sure that he gets into this wallet.
Right.
And so what are the limitations of these multi-sig? So I notice it sort of stops at 12 maximum. Is that the current limitation?
Yeah, I think so. Actually, the signature has a limit in bytes imposed by the protocol, at least currently. So depending on the size of the signature is how many copayers you can have on the wallet. So we have tested that, and we provide the available combinations on Copay.
Okay, excellent. And while we're waiting for Robert to join, just to kind of recap, multi-signature is pretty flexible. It has some limitations right now because of the number of byte sizes. But as people as the technology sort of grows and develops and we start to see more uses of it, I think personally that we're going to see the HD capabilities and the expansion of the number of people being able to join a multi-sig wallet like this. Would you tend to agree, Matias?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Is there maybe what do you think the biggest hurdle to multi-sig adoption is right now?
Well, one thing that we have identified that we didn't understand at the beginning is the need of having multiple wallets. That's very different when you have a single signature wallet. That you probably have one wallet and multiple addresses, and that's it. But when you are working with multi-signature wallets, it seems that you will need to have multiple wallets. One for your family, one for your company, or for your significant other, or with your kids, and then the wallet software must be able to handle multiple wallets, probably using one identity, right? So that's one thing.
Excellent. And something that just occurred to me, actually, it's actually kind of cool. I have no worries about sharing a secret like this, and like this is being recorded and broadcasted, forever, right? It doesn't matter if other people see the secret in the future, because they still won't be able to join my wallet because it will have been completed. That's correct, right?
Right. Once the wallet is completed, you can. The secret is meaningless.
Excellent. So it looks like Robert was able to join this wallet. So Matias, why don't you go ahead and join?
Yeah. Could you send me the string offline or something like that?
Yeah, 1 second. It looks like you joined, or somebody else joined at least.
Oh, okay.
Zach joined. Okay, cool.
Someone. Yeah.
So yeah, Zach, thank you for joining. Fantastic. Cool. So now people can send money to this address, and then we can create a transaction proposal. Let's see. May have some money. Anything in Dark Wallet? So I also use Dark Wallet, by the way, which is another fantastic open source tool. I don't think I have any money in this particular wallet. Matias, would you mind sending over $1 to this address, and then we'll
sure.
propose to send it right back.
Word.
So how do the confirmations work? So a normal Bitcoin transaction, before it can be spent, has to have a certain number of confirmations, correct?
Right. When you set up the wallet, you define the quorum that is needed to approve accessing the funds. So I think in this case you made a 2 of 3.
That's
right?
correct.
Yeah. So let me write this. I will put this QR and send some money.
I'll just bump that size up for you. And another good opportunity for those of you who are joining, Q&A button is on the left-hand side of the broadcast. You can ask us a question. We'll be happy to answer. This is Hangouts on Air, and it is being recorded. Yeah, and hey, Zach, I'm going to go ahead and promote your question now that Robert has joined. So it's showing that a user hasn't completed the backup process, right? So what is that indicating, Matias?
Sorry, where you see that?
So we're currently answering. My browser still isn't showing the one that user hasn't done the backup.
Oh, sorry. This is this shouldn't happen. This is probably because he's using the current version, and we are using the new version that hasn't been released to the public yet. and by that I mean that we are using like a secret URL. It's the master branch, and he's using the install branch, which used to have that restriction.
Okay. Yeah. And we will have this available to the hackers by tomorrow morning. So I'm sure that it will be just fine tomorrow, right?
Yeah. We are planning to release that just after this Hangout.
Okay. Excellent. Awesome. Did you send money to that demo?
Yeah. You would probably need to refresh using that refresh button. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I refreshed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's the other interesting thing is everything is kind of stored completely client-side, correct? So when I refresh, it actually reloads the application from the outset, right?
Yeah, that's a very important thing, that all the Copay runs client-side, and that's a difficult thing to understand to non-technical people, because they are used to a website that everything is being caused and processed in the server, right? So for us, it's a challenge to guide the user and to let him understand that he need to, back up the wallet and everything is being processed client side, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So what are some of the reasons why that might be important from a technical standpoint? Is that more or less secure than other methods?
Yeah, well the key thing about that is that your unencrypted keys never left your system. So you sign the transaction locally using your computer on your side. You only use the inside server to broadcast signed transactions and to query the blockchain. That's it.
All right, I'm going to create a new transaction proposal here. So Robert and Zach, if you guys will take a look at this, I will be proposing this, and you guys should receive it shortly. So we're going to give Matias his money back. I'm going to click send. And I'm sending that to one of the addresses that you sent from, so that should be sufficient.
Right.
All right, so I've created that proposal. So once Zach or Robert confirm it, that transaction will go through and will actually be broadcast to the Bitcoin network, and Matias will be able to see it in his wallet.
If I'm correct, someone else sent money. Yeah, so if someone else has sent money to this wallet, just ping me and I will send the money back to you.
And Matias, why don't you, since we're talking about getting in touch, why don't you go ahead and share your GitHub and Twitter links in the I guess it's the showcase section, so that people can contact you. So.
Yeah, for sure. To start, Copay development is hosted by GitHub, so we welcome everyone to fork Copay and contribute to the code, and send if you find issues, we will be happy to help to resolve that. Also, if you are planning to hack on Copay, you are more than welcome to do so, and we will be happy to help. I will put my Twitter account and my GitHub user in showcase. I think I will put it on the chat because I think I don't have access to the showcase.
All right, and then I'll share it to the showcase. Okay, yeah. So Robert says that he sent $1 US worth of Bitcoin to that address. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and he says it can be given to the hacker at the BitHack Hackathon for their use. So that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Robert.
Okay, thank you, Robert.
Okay, let's see. While we're talking about this, is there anything else that maybe the viewers might want to know about multi-signature wallets?
No, the other thing that there are, you mentioned Dark Wallet. That's another fantastic wallet that is being developed. So I will I will say that if you're planning to get into the multisig world, you can check all open source wallet. You have Copay, you have Dark Wallet, and to have a better understanding of the protocol and how it's being implemented. That's all.
Okay, excellent. And I am adding those items and the links to access the source code and Matias's contact information right in the showcase, which you should also be able to see on the left-hand side. Let's see here. All right. If we have any more questions, we're going to be wrapping up here in just a few minutes. If you have any questions about Bitcoin or Copay or the hackathon that we're doing this weekend, now would be the time to get them in. So please go ahead and submit them if you've got them. And we'll be here for about another 10 minutes roughly. So. Yeah, so that's an interesting question. So Matias, Zach is asking a little bit about eBay and a couple of the other companies in the space that have been around for a long time, the better part of a decade, or sometimes even more. What is it like? What do you think these other companies who've been around for a longer period of time are going to be doing now that they see Bitcoin coming to the market and gaining so much traction?
Well, I'm pretty sure that they will adopt Bitcoin eventually, as those companies, well, as any company get bigger, it takes more time to make decisions. So I think they are, waiting and checking the competition to see how the market moves. But as I don't know, we as BitPay are signing new merchants every day, and as we get more and more merchants and bigger merchants start to adopt Bitcoin, those companies we have to do it as we already saw that some are doing, right? So I think it's a matter of time before all major companies accept Bitcoins and that's it.
Yeah, excellent. So we've got another question about peer-to-peer messaging. Zach thinks it'd be a fantastic addition to Copay, and I agree. What is sort of the roadmap? What are some of the things that maybe some people can help out with since this is an open source project?
Yeah, that's a very, very interesting question because it has been something that we discuss a lot. At the beginning, Copay used WebRTC in order to communicate Copayers. In WebRTC, you mostly have peer-to-peer communication between servers, but unluckily we have to remove WebRTC from Copay because it was not supported by some browsers, some major browsers like Safari, for example, or iOS and any browsers on iOS. So I mean, peer-to-peer networking would be fantastic. And if someone, I don't know, want to implement a network layer of peer-to-peer networking when Copay is working in a desktop computer or in a mobile app, it would be great. We are deploying today a new set of mobile app based on Iconic. So that would be a great project to implement peer-to-peer communication within those apps.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so if we don't have any more questions, I want to talk a little bit about the hackathon and some of the things that are taking place tomorrow. I think everybody's aiming to get there. Everything's going to be kicking off around noon. If you have any additional questions for the organizers, you can go to baybithack.com And the email address, if you have any further questions, is maxejwilson@gmail.com, and Max will be happy to answer those questions about the hackathon. If you stuck with us for the duration of this broadcast, we really appreciate it. We're really excited to have this new and improved Copay out on the market, and we're really excited to see what you guys are going to be building tomorrow. So again, Matias, myself, and our on-site engineers will be happy to answer any questions. So thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone, to joining us.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay.